Hi, welcome. It's April 2020. We're sat at home and during this lockdown in Kyiv in Ukraine. But the members of the American Chamber of Commerce here in Ukraine have asked us to share some of the good stories about leadership in times of crisis. And I'm absolutely delighted that today we are joined by Georgii Sokolianskyi, who's head of market development for UBER in Central and Eastern Europe, and UBER, a great member of the American Chamber, and a company that's really at the forefront in these most challenging times. So, Georgii, it's good to see you. I trust you are healthy and well. So, I mean, how are you guys doing? How is UBER doing in these most challenging times?
Hi, Andy. A pleasure being with you, and thank you for your kind words. It's good to have a friend in AmCham. We're doing well, I think, given the circumstances. I think we're finding some unique ways in which we can create value, which is actually quite encouraging. What I like about UBER is it's a company with a mission, and I think now is the time we can really live up to our mission.
So what are you doing differently?
Yeah, I think if you want to be a successful company, there are two things you need to do. One is to create value, and the second one is to capture this value in profits, right? I think what we're trying to do right now is focus much more on creating value. We don't want to chase this one incremental dollar in profit. We don't think that's important. What we think is important is being able to serve our communities well. And in that spirit, there is a lot going on for us. We partnered, for example, with the Ministry of Health to deliver 30,000 free trips for healthcare workers across Ukraine. We also partnered with Ministry of Health and Infrastructure to make Uber Shuttle available free of charge to everybody with a special ticket in Kiev.
These are these shuttle heroes. So how does that work? So these are heroes, Uber Shuttle heroes.
Exactly, yeah. So if you're a medic, if you are in other essential services, emergency services, you would have a special ticket for public transport issued. And what we did is we adjusted the shuttle routes to capture hospitals, police stations, and so on, and just make it free of charge.
Okay, well, brilliant. That's I think that's real sort of a leadership. What are the biggest challenges that you're currently seeing? I mean, in these times, I'm sure there's quite a few, but what are the biggest ones?
Yeah, I think the obvious one for us is a company which likes to move people, and now we don't really want people to move, right? We want people to self-isolate and stay home, which is a bit of a dilemma for us. And it is especially an acute dilemma because it is very important for us for drivers and couriers to be able to make a living. And that is hard to reconcile. And again, stuff like keeping shuttle available, where it's free of charge for rider and only available for special riders, and yet drivers are able to make a living, I think is one example of how we're trying to use the resources we have to bridge that gap. We're also trying to be the safest mobility options for riders these days compared to the alternatives you have, trying to provide the disinfection, sanitizers, and so on.
Okay, cool. But in terms of your staff, I mean, are you doing anything special for the team and the staff at this stage?
I think we changed a lot over those weeks as a company. We're trying to be much more agile and to empower people to take quick decisions, try things, fail, but innovate. What we're trying to do as well is to provide clear direction in terms of the priorities we have, which are to serve the community and to serve our drivers, as well as the constraints we have, such as financial constraints.
Sure. And then probably the penultimate question, I mean, what qualities in leadership are you seeing in people, and what qualities in leadership are you seeing like in yourself in these unprecedented times?
Yeah, I think I discovered, quite to my surprise, that myself and a lot of people on our team enjoy the chaos. We still have the startup vibe, and it shows really well now. I think for me especially, there is a joy to being able to try and structure chaos and deliver value out of chaos. I think that's quite unrivaled.
That's fascinating. A joy of managing chaos. That's pretty cool. So, final sort of question: what would your one message be to the members of the American Chamber of Commerce in Ukraine here today?
My one message is let's try to work together. I think I had more calls with policy stakeholders, but also business stakeholders over those 2 weeks than I had in a month prior. I think it's very important to try and find synergies. Be that food delivery, be that grocery delivery, be that trying to work on community projects together. I think now is the time we really need to kind of come together and try to deliver value collectively.
Well, brilliant. Well, we're very grateful. We're very grateful for all the deliveries that keep on coming in and keeping people safe, and especially these times. So, well, thank you. So, thank you, Georgii Sokolianskyi, Head of Market Development in Central and Eastern Europe at Uber, leading Uber here in Kyiv. So stay tuned and we'll have more leaders sharing their stories. But a big thank you to Uber, a big thank you to Georgii. Stay healthy, stay safe, and see you soon. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Andy. Stay safe.